What up? What's going on, bro? Brother. What's poppin'? Who we got in here? Who is this? Who is this? Got some more. Another skate video in the background. This is Baker. If you know anything about Baker skateboards, that's what this video is. Or maybe I can move it just so you can see it over my shoulder a little bit. But what's good? What's good? What's good? I know it's a little late. Little late tonight. Susan Nicholas. Oh yeah. You saying oh yeah for the Baker skateboards? Marshall said hi. What's up? What's up? Zoe says hi. Hello. Hello, hello. What's going on? Yeah, it's a little late tonight. Yeah. I know. I was debating whether or not I should go live. I was just kind of going back and forth, and then I was like, I'll get on here for a little bit, you know what I mean? I wasn't planning on it, but yeah, I should have, for me it's 12. Yeah, it's about the same thing here, bro. Hi, join me in your live stream, please. I don't know. I've done that one other time before with this dude, Devin. He pops in the lives on the weekends and stuff. What's up, buddy? What's up? What's up, JB? Texas here. Hell yeah. I drink on Sunday nights because, office work. I get it. Richard, what's good, bro? What's good, Richard? Steph said, hey again, hope you had a good weekend. I did. I hope you guys had a good weekend too. Yeah, it was pretty chill. Pretty chill weekend. What was it? Friday I was outside like all day. And then yesterday, nothing crazy. Pretty chill night. And then today was super chill too. So I just took it easy, man. Nice easy weekend. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't planning on going live. I was just kind of like, I can get on here for a little bit. So I'm not as I don't know. I just wasn't prepared to go live, so I'm a little more low energy than when I'm compared to what I'm usually like on here. But I don't even know what to talk about. I don't even know. Like I said, I didn't come with any sort of plan. I was just like, Let's see what you guys said here. Have you seen a guy about what the fuck? Oh my god. But yeah, no, this weekend was chill. It was a good weekend. I ain't got nothing to complain about. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to make a workout video and post it to my YouTube this weekend, but I did not. Because like I said, I worked out on Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, I ended up not working out, so I didn't post anything. So that's definitely something I got to do here in the next couple days. Make a video, get it posted, have some YouTube shorts, from that video. Give everyone advice for the future. Big Will, what's up, bro? This guy said you look like a cop. But anyway, going back to what this guy said, give advice for anyone in the future. So, if you're referring to somebody younger, I'm 27. So, good advice. I've given this advice before. I mean, it's nothing. It's not rocket science or anything. But as a young person, I would highly recommend becoming financially literate, learning about finances, staying out of debt, staying away from drugs. I mean, you can drink a little bit if you're going to have fun with your buddies and stuff like that. Just be responsible. But I mean, for young people, man, I think having a good base of knowledge about finances and staying away from drugs and having a good work ethic, I mean, that's some of my best advice right there for somebody younger than me. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I know it's not nothing crazy or anything like that, but that's solid advice, man. When you're young, I mean, you're going to learn a lot of things, you know what I mean? You got to stay open-minded. I would say that. Stay open-minded. Try new things. Um, keep your friends around, stuff like that. Maybe dwindle out some friends that aren't good to hang out with, but keep the good ones around. So, nothing too crazy. Like I said, I've been chilling all day. I wasn't expecting to go on live or nothing, so I'm not really prepared. You know what I mean? I wasn't in the mindset of going on live, but I figured, I kind of feel like not doing it, and I'm like, that's exactly why I should do it. So that's why I'm here right now. You look like someone I would hire as a personal security guard, like a second cousin. Jake Gyllenhaal, bro. I've heard that before, bro. That's what if I hear like I look like a celebrity, that's typically who. So, but hey, I'll take that. I'll take that, man. Asja. So what's up, Jed? What's up, man? What's going on? Having a good base analysis of finances, good key point to have and think about. Oh yeah. No, I mean, especially for a young person, bro. I mean, the financial system. I mean, a lot of things are working against you. You know what I mean? Like going into debt. That's exactly how they get you to work forever. Is to go in debt. So a lot of times people go to college, man. They spend too much money on their degree. They get a car, they buy a house, they get a credit card, like, and then they're in a bunch of debt, man. And now you're stuck at work. You know what I mean? Then people go through that cycle for their entire lives, dude. You'll meet older people, man, that are still in debt, and you're just like, oh my god, man. Like, that's something that I think is very, very important, for everybody. Young, old, middle aged, whatever, man. I mean, you got to know. Keep it up, Jed. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, no, I feel like, bro, I feel kind of bad. I'm just like kind of, I don't know. I didn't, like I said, I wasn't expecting to go live. I didn't have nothing to say, nothing to talk about. So I'm kind of like at a loss here. I don't even know. I don't know. My brain's not working right now, bro. I don't know. Fuck, man. But that's exactly like I said. That's why I went live because I was unprepared, and I was like, man, sometimes you gotta do things when you're not prepared. Sometimes you gotta do things when you don't want to do them. So that's why I did it. Even if this isn't my best live, at least I tried. At least I went live. I can say I did it because I was planning on doing it, either Saturday or Sunday, and then today was Sunday, and it's rolling around midnight, and I'm like, I told myself I was gonna do this, and now I don't want to do it. But I'm like, man, I need to stop being a pussy and just fucking do it. You know what I mean? This guy said, "What's up?" Oh, Zorak said, "What's up, fellas? What up, Zorak? How you doing, bro?" Well, you're showing up, scheduled or not. LOL, we appreciate it. Well, hey, I appreciate that, bro. You know what I mean? This guy said, "Hello, Jed. I love you. I love you too, man. I appreciate it, bro." Big Will. Yeah. Rye here said hi. What's up? What's going on? Mixed. What up, Mixed? I don't think Wolf's in here, bro. Let me see. I don't think he's in here right now, bro. He might be in bed already. He might have to work in the morning or something. But it is. We got Big Will in here. We got Mixed, and then Zorak's in here too. And then I think Richard too. If you guys remember Richard, he's in here as well, or at least he was. This guy said, how much do I have to donate for you to take a shot? Crazy. This week, what are you putting your energy and intentions into? Ooh, that's a good question, bro. It's a good question. You know, I should be better prepared for the week. Like I said, I've been just chilling today, pretty low energy, so I haven't given it much thought, man. What I'm going to put my energy into, I mean, definitely going to work out this week. Definitely going to make a workout video. That's for sure. That's at like the top of my priority list is make a workout video, get that posted, get a couple YouTube shorts from that video, get those posted. Definitely go live a few weeks or go live a few days this week. You know, gonna get some good reading in, hang out with my buddies. You know, that's kind of where my energy's going this week. Learn something new. You know, every time I open up a book, man, you learn something new. So, this week too, I'm definitely gonna invest some money. Nothing too crazy, bro. Like I said, I haven't given enough thought. You know what I mean? That's my fault. I should be thinking about that more, but I just haven't. I just had a chill weekend, bro. So I've just been, you know, like I said, my brain's kind of slow right now. I'll be honest with you guys. Hello, good sir. What's up, man? Cats or dogs, guy? Dogs. Definitely dogs, bro. Random question. Who's your first childhood crush? Animated or not? You guys ever see that movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit? It's like an old ass movie. But there's like this one character, bro. She was bad. That's like, I don't know, that's something I remember as a kid. I don't know. Probably like The Neighbor or some shit. I don't know. My first childhood crush? I don't even know, bro. That girl from Zoe 101 when I was fucking a kid. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not very witty right now. My brain's just, I'm slow, sluggish. This guy said, that seems like an exciting, productive week to look forward to. That's a blessing. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I think it'll be a good week, you know. I have faith that it will be. Big Wolf, what's up, bro? This guy said, how about you redo your stupid ceiling? Why would I spend my time and energy doing that when the ceiling is totally fine the way it is? Sorry, man. This guy, what's with the wigs? What is with the wigs, bro? This guy said, Jed, I took your advice. I really am done messing with that prostitute. I'm better than that. Thank you. Well, good, man. I know you're messing around, but it's a good thing, bro. You gotta stay away from those prostitutes, man. That's it's not the way to go. This guy said, stop saying bro, it makes you look stupid. You know what makes you look stupid? You keep commenting on my live instead of scrolling. So who's the stupid one? Two plus two, answer quickly. 3. 2 plus 2 is 3. Zoe 101. Oh, shit. Batty said, hey, what's happening? Nothing. Just chilling. We're in here chilling, bro. Dinger said, yo, how you doing tonight? I'm doing good, bro. Just, I'm chilling, bro. I'm like I've said on here a couple times, I'm freaking, I don't know, I wasn't really planning on going live. But I was like, I can hop on here for a little bit and just say what's up. Say what's up, say good night, you know, just pop in real quick. no, I'm just kind of, I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't planning on going live, so I'm kind of just, I don't know. My brain's not firing, bro. I'm wore out, bro. Just, eh, I don't know. I don't even, I can't even put the words, I can't even describe the words, man, how I'm feeling right now. Just meh. Just feeling meh. My brain's just slow. I'm not feeling very witty right now. Best SpongeBob episode? I don't know, bro. There's a bunch of funny ones. Like I said, I can't even think. I don't know. I gotta move on. I can't think right now, bro. This guy, Fortress Steve, is kind of weirding me out, bro. He's kind of, I don't know. Maybe he means well, but I don't know. Keeps asking about the wigs and stuff. I also want to start hitting the gym. Could you please give me some initial tips? Okay. So initial tips for hitting the gym, man. So for one, I mean, one of the best things you can do, bro, is get on YouTube. Get on YouTube and look up some workouts and stuff. So when you go into the gym, or if you're going to work out at home, you have a plan. You know, you kind of have some different exercises that you want to try out. You know, get on YouTube, like look up, you know, beginner chest workout. Like I literally, I mean, you don't have to watch my videos. You know what I'm saying? There's guys who make better videos than me. Look up, you know, beginner chest workout, beginner arm workout, something like that. So then you go into the gym, you have a plan of what you're going to do. You know, make sure you eat some good food. And then the biggest thing, if you're going to start getting into working out, is just being consistent. Being consistent is the most important aspect to exercise, is doing it day in, day out. You know, some people, it helps them to get a schedule together, like you go to the gym every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You know, other people, they play it by ear. Like for me, I play it by ear. I just kind of go and work out kind of whenever I feel like it, you know, which is most days of the week. But I know some people, they do better if they have a schedule and they have more of a program. But if you're just getting into working out, initial tips is just stay consistent. Just stay with it, man. Don't give up. You know, keep working out for months and months and months, and then years and years and years, because it takes time. It takes time to see progress and stuff like that. So that's what I would give you, man. Watch some YouTube videos, learn some things. Like I said, if you want, I mean, I have some videos. If you want to watch them, you don't have to. Because like I said, there's guys that do, you know, that's what they do for a living. So they can give you some really good tips. The videos are edited very well. And, like, I don't know, who's a guy you could check out for like a beginner workout? I don't know, bro. I used to watch, like, back when I was first starting to get into working out, Mike Chang, I think Six Pack Shortcuts was his channel. He's not as popular anymore, but he used to have, like, push-up workouts you can do at home. I don't know. I used to watch like old Bradley Martin videos because he used to have like big arm day, big chest day, and you would just watch what they would go through. Or I even used to watch like CT Fletcher. If you guys know who CT Fletcher is, I used to watch his videos. But there's a million guys out there, man, that'll give you good pointers, give you good tips, you know, and then you can see it with your eyes too, instead of me just explaining it to you. But anyways. Steph said, I've been insanely unmotivated today. I get it. Yeah. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. Did you have a blah day today, Jed? Yeah, pretty much, bro. Yeah, that's like the best way I can describe it, man. Cause like I said, my brain's just not like I'm just not quick on my feet right now, bro. Just just kind of. Sorry, I'm skipping some of your guys' stuff here. I'm just trying to get to the bottom. Sorry, guys. Zorak said, Jed, I broke a coffee cup, but it was not my fault. It was on the edge of the counter. Oh, hey, it happens, bro. It's part of life, man. God. This guy said, thoughts on Wiggers. Is it cultural appropriation? I don't know, bro. Blame the cat at Zorak. Yeah, there you go. I'm a almost fit, not obese or not thin, but I want to have a decent body. Perhaps I think I should start with chest, workout, then abs. All right, thanks, man. I'll check out your channel too. Well, hey, I appreciate that, bro. I mean, yeah, Jeff Nippard. I mean, Jeff Nippard's kind of a dork, though. That's the only thing is he's all right. I mean, he's good. Like he's got good information and stuff like that. But he's just kind of a dork, man. But there ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I can be a dork sometimes too. So I've seen some of his videos and stuff. Like he's just not personally. He's just not my favorite guy to watch. But he does have very good information, though. I mean, 100%. Some of the stuff too, like, because I'll give you a little bit of my perspective. Like, I think a little bit of bro science when it comes to lifting weights can be useful, because there are guys that they try to overanalyze it too much. And I'm even guilty of that too, doing the perfect movement, the perfect this, and this. And it's like, dude, it's not brain surgery. You're lifting weights. You pick it up, you put it down. You do it till it burns. You lift heavy weights. You do it consistently. That's about all you need, bro. You know what I mean? Like, like that information's great, and especially when you get into it and stuff, it is good to know. It is good to know the difference between different exercises and the muscle groups they hit and stuff like that. I mean, that's important information, but dude, I'm telling you, like when I was in like the best shape ever, I mean, dude, I just lifted weights. Like I didn't have any advice to give people. I'm like, bro, you just fucking lift weights. You do it every day. You lift heavy. You do different movements. You hit different body parts. Like, keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? Especially like if you're what you're getting at right now. You said you're somewhat fit. Dude, just keep going. Just keep going, bro. Eat a lot of food. Lift heavy weights. Challenge yourself. Do it till it burns. Go to failure sometimes. You don't have to go to failure all the time. But I think going to failure is, I think it's important. You know what I mean? You don't want to do it all the time because it will fry you out. It'll make you really tired, and sometimes you need to have lighter days and harder days, stuff like that. But, man, just hit the gym. Just hit it, bro. Hit it hard. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, how far am I behind? Not too far. This guy said beard, not natty. Are you natty? I am natty. Yes, sir. Lifetime natty. Lifetime natty. So. This guy said, what doing? Nothing. Nothing. Mick said, and I stand on that take. What, that Jeff Nippard's kind of a dork? Like I said, he's good. He's good. He has a lot of good information. He means well. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my God. Mick said, yeah, I agree. I think there's a sweet spot for some science stuff and also what comes naturally regarding lifting. Yeah. Yeah, you have to have an outlet, or not an outlet, what am I saying? You have to have a general idea of what you're doing. But man, you'll meet guys in the gym, you'll meet some like super big dudes, bro, and they don't even know, bro. They're like, oh yeah, this is how you get big legs. And it's like, I had a guy tell me when I was first working out, if I wanted to get big legs, I had to do 10,000 leg presses a week. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, 10,000 leg presses? Like, you can do any exercise and make your legs get bigger. But he was big as fuck. So, like, there's people that are going to listen to him and be like, oh, I just got to hit 10,000 leg presses. Like, dude, he didn't even know what he was talking about. His legs were fucking massive. You know what I'm saying? But he could have done anything and had massive legs. So, and he was like a straight up bro. Like, that was straight some bro science shit. Oh, I hit the leg press 10,000 times. Like, 10,000 times? I'm like, what are you talking about? That's insane. That's crazy advice right there. So I would say, be careful who you get advice from, because there are people that are going to tell you to do stupid shit. Avoid that. But would you rather fight one gorilla-sized crab or 100 crab-sized gorillas? I'd have to say Bro, I'd have to say probably the 100 crab-sized gorillas. Dude, one gorilla-sized crab, that would be terrifying. That would be so scary. If you walked up on a crab that big, what would you do, man? You'd have to stay away from those claws, dude, because they freaking chop you in half. Ooh, I don't know. That's a freaky one. I've never heard that before. Big Will says support Jed in his channel, like and sub. I appreciate that, man. Now you guys are awesome. Don't ego lift. I think that's a good one too. I think you should lift heavy enough to challenge yourself, but don't ego lift in the way that you have improper form and you're going to hurt yourself. Like if you're quarter squatting because you got 315 on the bar, lighten it up and get a better squat in. With curls, you don't want to go so heavy that you're swinging all the time, but there is a time and place to swing a little bit, especially when you're doing curls, bro. Because if it's getting too heavy, so say you've done a solid set and you're at like 5 or 6 or something, and you got to swing a little bit to get the weight up, then 100% you should do that because it is going to get a little bit more out of that exercise. Same thing like if you're doing lateral raises. You don't want to be throwing them up all the time, but when you get towards the end, you start to get fatigued, you can definitely use some momentum and throw them up there a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But like on chest, don't be bouncing it off or bench press, like don't be bouncing it off your chest. Doing things that are going to hurt yourself. If you're deadlifting, don't be picking up weight and let your back get all rounded out and then hurt yourself. In mountain, we lift big rock and wrestle bear. Yeah, that'll make you strong. This guy said, what a stud. I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, but people have different way to get big and build muscle. Yeah, I agree with that too. Everybody's different. Your biomechanics, everybody's different, bro. Everybody has different genetics. Some guys can do, they can look at a weight and gain muscle. You know what I mean? I have a buddy like that in high school. I mean, some of the advice he would give, like he was just naturally a super big, strong dude. So some of his advice and stuff, like, doesn't work for other people. Like he could do anything for biceps, and his biceps are going to be huge. Same thing for chest. Like some people say bench press isn't the best exercise for your chest. Dude, all he did was bench press, and his pecs were fucking massive. He was super strong, super big. Like he could do anything and be huge. You know what I mean? So that's 100% what this guy said. I mean, everybody's different. Some people, things work differently for them. You got to find out what works for you and then stick with that, And stick with it for a long time, too. It takes a long time, bro. Ouch. Listen to your body. Yep, Wolf said, listen to your body. As Jed said, be careful with bro science. You want to avoid injury and be able to lift another day. Facts. Facts, bro. That's the thing, especially, too, with being a natty. You want to have a long career. You want to lift weights for a long, long time. So, like, I got the same dude I'm telling you about right now that's got super, super big muscles. He's always been that way. But he trained too hard when we were teenagers and young adults and stuff. He's training too hard. So now he can't even do pull-ups because he said his elbows are on fire. I'm like, you shouldn't feel like that, bro. Like, because he did too much. He was training too hard. He lifted too heavy and did too much stuff when we were younger. And now, like, I'm 27 and, bro, I don't have any aches and pains. My body feels 100% healthy. You know what I'm saying? Knock on wood that, nothing happens. But he can't even do a pull-up because he said his elbows are fucked up. I'm like, it's probably from hitting that damn bench press all the time. You know what I'm saying? With crazy-ass weight. He'd have over 300 pounds, bro. 315. Bang, bang, bang. And we're like 16. We're literally like 16 years old. And he, it's a guy I wrestled with in high school. And, bro, he just did too much. Just too much. And then now his body's paying for it, So he was kind of an ego lifter, too. I mean, he just would always go heavy. Every single day he was going heavy. Like, man, you can't do that shit all the time, Uh-oh, had to time some people out here. Uh-oh, they're getting crazy in here, are they? This guy said, bro, look majestic as fuck. Hope y'all having a great time. Just passing by. Appreciate it, big guy. This guy said, big man boobs. What the fuck? I also think that overtraining can be a problem. Yep, I agree, 100%. Sometimes less volume and more days out of the gym can help your muscles grow more. No, absolutely. That's when I mean, okay, I'm not super far behind here. But no, that's when your muscles do grow, is when you're resting. You can do everything you want in the gym, do everything correctly, but if you're not getting, this, like I said, it's not rocket science. It almost sounds simple, but getting good sleep, getting good food, and then having your rest days, that's when you're actually going to grow. You don't grow in the gym, you grow after you leave the gym, you know? So I know people say that all the time, oh, make sure you get good sleep. It is important. Getting good sleep is important, getting good rest, enough water, good food. I think food is, arguably the most important part of the gym. Like if you're working out like a motherfucker and you're not eating the right food, you're not going to get the results you want. That's just a fact. Like I know for me, like anytime if I don't eat enough food, because I have a really high metabolism, if I don't eat enough food, I lose weight. No matter what I do, I just naturally start losing weight because I'm not getting enough calories in. And then if you want to gain weight, I got to eat a shitload of food. I got to eat a ton of food. And you got to pay attention to what you're eating too. Like if I just eat, when I was younger, it didn't matter so much. I could eat anything and gain weight and it would be muscle. But now, if I eat anything I want, I start to get a little fat. You know what I mean? I didn't have to worry about that so much when I was younger, but now if I just eat everything in sight and I'm eating junk food and I'm eating fast food and pizza and stuff, I'll get fat. Like I can definitely see it. You know what I mean? I'll put on 10, 15 pounds or something and I'm like, damn, this is, my six pack's barely holding on right now, bro. Like, so shit, man. You're 27. You look absolutely incredibly young. Wow. Well, I appreciate that. Shoot, a lot of people say I look older, but hey, I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. I like to stay young. I like to look young. Shit. Yeah, I'll take that. Appreciate that. I look young, guys. Do you know Spanish? If yes, what's your favorite Spanish word? Poquito español. Poquito español, pinche madre. I don't know. I like the bad words. I like the bad words in Spanish. I used to work, a lot of my different jobs and stuff, I've worked with Mexican dudes and Guatemalan dudes and stuff like that. So I know a little bit. A little bit. Ronnie Coleman is an example of how ego lifting can screw you. Yep. I know. He can't even hardly walk, man. The guy had double-digit back surgeries. Yeah. Crazy, bro. Back in the day, he was the best. He was the biggest dude. He was the strongest dude on the stage. But it comes at a price. Even though some of those heavy lifts and some of that ego lifting maybe did make him bigger for that time being, but look at him now. You know what I'm saying? Like if he wouldn't have gone so heavy and would have trained lighter, maybe he wouldn't have won, but he'd be in a lot better shape, you know? And that's a whole different argument too. Those guys, they train for glory and stuff like that. So I understand why he did that in the eyes of like a champion, because being a champion has its pros and cons, like he trained harder than other guys and he lifted heavier and stuff than other people, and that brought him to number one. But the downside of that is he can barely walk, So yeah, no, that's a good example though of what ego lifting can do. Like I said, my buddy in high school that was gained hella muscle and stuff. He was big. He was super big, super strong. But now at 27 years old, he can't do pull-ups no more. Like, that's, what do you want? Like, do you want a long career or do you want to be the best for a short amount of time? Oh shit. Has anyone told you look like Eminem? No, I don't think I've heard that one before, bro. If you're genetically gifted, you have an easier path to gains. Oh, 100%. 100%. Genetics are a huge, huge role, bro, when it comes to lifting, man. I think genetics are very, very important, but I know from what I see, like, what I see in my personal life, like some coworkers or friends or something like that, and they're like, yeah, I work out, and you can't tell. And then if you've ever worked out with them, they don't train hard enough. They don't push themselves enough, bro. Like, that's the thing, too. Like, if you're not training hard in the gym, if you're not really putting in a bunch of effort, you're going to look the same, bro. Like, some people have better genetics and they can train really lightly and they're going to look good. But for a lot of dudes, they just don't work out hard enough. You know, they're in there 4 or 5 days a week and you can't tell. They don't make any gains. I'm like, you're not lifting hard enough, man. I'm like, you're barely sweating, bro. I'm like, you got to work out so hard sometimes you feel like you're going to fucking throw up. I'm like, if you want to gain muscle, that's what you have to do. And they're like, oh, well, I don't want to train like that. And I'm like, all right, then you're going to look the same. That's exactly how it goes, man. Dude, you hit legs so hard, you get fucking lightheaded. You feel like you're going to puke. You know, sometimes you hit back really hard. It'll make you feel like that because your back takes up so much blood. So it makes you a little lightheaded, makes you, like, shit, man. Sometimes you got to do that. You have to do that, man. You have to do it to where you can't do a single push-up, And then you get in the shower and you try to wash your hair and you're like, oh, you can barely even lift your arms above your head, you know what I mean, to scrub your head. Bro, that's what it takes. Like, if you really want to gain muscle, that's literally what it takes, bro. You have to train harder than everybody else. That being said, don't overtrain. Don't hurt yourself. Don't do it too much because you can train super duper hard, in under an hour. But when you're in there for over an hour, 2 hours, you do that every single day, now you're talking about overtraining. But man, you can go in there for 30, 45 minutes and just hit it hard, and you're going to be fine. You know what I mean? Oh my God, bro. Joint and back injuries are gradual. Focus on form. 100%. And high volume messes up your joints too. Yes. If you do too much. Yes. And that's what I think. I mean, damn it. I'm fucking behind, man. But that's even like I'm kind of contradicting myself. I'm telling you to stay healthy and stuff like that, but I'm also telling you to work out hard. That's the thing, when you train and you get enough practice in, you can kind of gauge what's enough and what's too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I work out, I was just working out my buddy the other day, and when we got done, he wanted to go do another exercise. And I was like, bro, I'm good. I'm like, we've been working out for an hour. I'm cooked. Like, if I do any more exercise, it's going to be diminishing returns. If you guys have ever heard that before, there's a limit. If you start doing more than what that limit is, you're not really going to get returns on your workout. You know what I mean? So you got to practice. Because when I was younger, I had some workouts where I definitely did way too much, and it was too much. And then I've had workouts where I haven't done enough, but you got to find that sweet spot. You got to listen to your body. I think Wolf said that too. Like, listen to your body and see what's comfortable. And then over time, you're going to have a pretty good understanding of what your body can handle, what you can do, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm contradicting myself here, telling you to be healthy, but I'm also telling you to go hard. You have to lift hard if you want to make gains. That's just how it is. You can't do it easy. Working out is not supposed to be easy. You can have light days, but it's not, the point of exercise is not to be easy. It's supposed to be uncomfortable because it makes you better, it makes you stronger, So, I know, like I said, I'm contradicting myself there, but Marky Mark said, hello, what up? What up, Mark? Jed is already engaged to Olivia. Oh my God, that fucking bot. Samurai is his best man, and Big Will is the minister. Oh my God. We don't even talk about Samurai. Sometimes we do. This guy said, I don't know what you're going through, but you matter. Appreciate it, big dog. Zorik said that I'm gonna be the priest. Oh my god. You guys are goofy. Here, I'm getting caught up here. Sorry, guys. Yo, what's up, my dude? What up, Jeremy? What up, man? Mick said, has anyone told you look like Michelle Obama pre-transition? Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Sorry, guys. I'm missing some of your guys' messages here. I'm just trying to. This guy said, get a bigger TV, make some money. A bigger TV ain't gonna make me happy, man. I'm fully content with the TV I have. It works. What do I need a new one for? I'm very happy with the stuff I have, man. I don't need new stuff if it works. You know what I mean? Got some trolls in here tonight, I see. I know, I'm seeing that Wolf's kicking some motherfuckers out, bro. Yeah, it's part of the game, man. It's part of the game. You're gonna have trolls. It is what it is, you know what I mean? We were in here, was it Friday night? We were in here hanging out. I don't think we had like a single troll. But I've had some, man, where it's just like, that's all it is. It's just trolls. Troll, 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 troll. You know what I mean? Just saying crazy ass shit. But it is what it is, man. Oh my god, bro. I almost read this dude's question, bro, until I saw the last word. What the fuck? Ay, ay, ay. Wolf is fucking kicking these people out, bro. Yeah, I don't know. It's Sunday, I guess. I don't know. People are just chilling, trolling. Chilling, trolling on a Sunday. You know, just... Fuck, man. This dude said, is it gay I look at a cow for too long? Bro, what is that? What do you think about California? I don't know. I've never been. Never been, man. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, man. Like I said, I've never been, so I can't really give you my opinion if I've never been there. I love trolling, but not the genuine dudes. Well, I appreciate that, bro. It's only fun when they get pissed off. Dude, I mean, I've done my fair share of trolling, especially playing video games. Like when I was younger, I used to love getting on the game and talking shit. So, I get it. I get it, man. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's just something you do. Pass the time. Give you some enjoyment, you know. But yeah, when I used to, bro, like a couple years ago, a couple years ago, I was playing video games quite a bit. So like I was playing COD and shit, and I talk mad shit on COD, and then I was playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. If you guys have ever played that game before, and bro, I actually got a comm ban because I was fucking messaging people that I was playing with, and I was like, "Fuck you, pussy!" Like just crazy, bro. I was getting so crazy, bro. And then I got a ban for like it was like a week or two, bro. I couldn't message anybody. I was like 25, bro. I was way too old to be doing that shit, but it was too funny, man. It was cracking me up. And even, bro, like, my roommate, you know, my buddies, they play Arc Raiders, if you guys are familiar with that game. And I get on, and I play a little bit here and there, bro, and I will definitely talk some shit if I'm on Arc Raiders, bro. I can't help myself, bro. So I get it. I get why the trolls do it. You know, sometimes it's funny and shit. You know, like if you're just having fun, you know, I don't see the harm in it. You know what I mean? That's what like a lot of times like some of these trolls in these videos or in my lives, like most of the time they're just goofing. Sometimes they say like you'll get like some mean people and like you can tell they're literally just trying to be mean and shit and it's like, all right, dude, relax. But like if people are in here and they're just typing some goofy ass shit, like I don't really mind that. You know what I mean? Because I've done some of that shit. I've never done that on somebody's YouTube video, but like I've done it in video games, and then obviously in school, when you play sports and shit, you definitely, you troll the opposing team and yell at them and say stupid shit. Like, we would do that, at basketball games, we would do that shit because it's funny. I just want to smoke cigarettes and do hood rat shit with my friends. Oh, shit. What did this guy say here? Oh. But yeah, you know. So yeah, you're going to have trolls, man. When you do anything, you're going to have trolls. In real life, they're called like a mocker, like somebody who mocks you or whatever. Like, dude, you'll meet people in real life that are trolls. It's just, there's trolls everywhere. They're on the internet, they're on video games, they're in real life. Sometimes they're your friends, sometimes they're your family, sometimes they're strangers. Like, it is what it is, man. How are things going with your new roommate? Good, man. No, they're going good. He's a super chill dude. Can I subscribe? Bro, if you want to, man. If you want to support the channel, go for it, bro. But yeah, no, our new roommate, bro, he's cool. It's been chill. He just coached at a wrestling tournament this weekend. He was actually in West Virginia. The Tournament of Champions, I think is what it is. So he coaches at the high school here in town. So he had like there was a couple kids that were wrestling this tournament, so he went out there to help coach. But no, bro, he's super chill dude, man. He's cool as a freaking cucumber. So, there ain't nothing to complain about, bro. He's a good dude. We've known him for a long time. We wrestled with him in high school, so we've known him since we were like 13 or something like that. And we used to hang out. We hung out in high school. We hung out outside of high school, and so no, we all get along really good, and so far so good. He seems to be settling in pretty good. He likes the neighborhood, likes the crib, so no complaints so far. We'll have to see. We'll give it a couple months, then we'll see. No, I think no, I think we'll be fine. I think it'll be good. What the fuck? That's good. Better than random new roommates. Oh yeah, for sure. No, I don't even think. I mean, honestly, dude, I don't think I could just live with some random people like that. I know that's what people do sometimes. Like, you just like, hey, looking for a roommate, and you have just like a random dude. But I couldn't do that, man. I like to hang out with my roommates. I like to be friends. I like to hang out and get along and stuff like that. I don't want have somebody just come in for one. I don't want like a stranger in my house. You know what I mean? I got too much shit in my place to where I wouldn't really feel comfortable with a roommate, that I didn't know living here because I don't want them to steal my shit or whatever. But, we all hang out and stuff. I don't want somebody just come home from work, go straight to their room, then we don't get to see them. Like, I know that's like my ex girlfriend when she had roommates in college. Like, they were just random girls that were on campus, and like they all like low key hated each other. And I was like, oh, this kind of sucks. I'm like, you got to live with these people every day. I'm like, and nobody likes each other. I was like, this isn't cool. But it's what she had to do because she was in college, and This guy said, Zorak, I saw you said you cut your finger with a butter knife. This guy said, must have butterfingers. But very smooth, very smooth. Meow cat. Meow cat said, what are you doing? Just chilling. Just chilling, just chilling. This guy said you look like a drug dealer. Jeez, man. Jed tried to sell me fentanyl. Watch out, y'all. That's my game. Fentanyl's my game. You guys know me. This dude Brad said, hey, with all the Y. What's up with all the Y's, man? Just one Y? Just one Y? Everybody knows all those Y's mean, bro. What are you doing, man? Are you a Crip? I can't say. Can't say. Don't want to get myself in trouble. Bro, you look like Jake Gyllenhaal and Marcus Aurelius had a kid. Mm, it's a good one right there, bro. I have Marcus Aurelius. I have his book, Meditations. I have that in my little bookshelf thing or whatever over here. It's a good book. It's a good book, man. Sierra, what up, Sierra? Girls can be super toxic. Oh yeah, I know. I've been there, bro. Everybody can be. Nobody's perfect and shit like that, but oh yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, bro, dating can get messy, man. When you get emotions involved in people's relationships and shit, man, it can get crazy, bro. I've been there. I've been there, man. Why is that door behind you open? There's somebody in there creeping. Could be a monster. You never know. I hope not. You look like you use a rifle to go fishing. No disrespect, Matt. I've never done that. I do have it's called a gigger, is what it's called, and it's actually for hunting frogs. But it's basically just it's like a stick with you know, like a trident, prongs on the top. And I have gone frog hunting with that a few times. And then it's good for getting bait too. Get some crawdads, put it on the fishing hook, throw it out there. You've probably got the funniest trolls. There's some goofy ones, man. There's definitely some funny ones here and there, bro, for sure. But I've had a couple trolls that are just like, they're too much. You know what I mean? Too much to deal with. Oh my god. This guy said definitely an informant. No, he was. That's why he was asking me those questions, bro. This guy said, "How young are you?" 27. 27 years young, or 27 years old, however you like to put it. Believe it or not, when you find the right one, it's surprisingly easy actually. No, I agree with that for sure, man. Yeah, no, I mean, bro, having you know, a good partner or whatever, bro. Having a good person to be with does make things a lot easier. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing is when you get with the wrong person, it's extremely hard. And relationships aren't supposed to be hard. Like, you're always gonna have you're gonna have disagreements and you're gonna have some fights and you're gonna have some bad days and stuff. That's normal. That's a normal, healthy relationship. But when you're with the wrong person, it's gonna be like that every fucking day. And that's not what you want. You know what I mean? You want it to be easy. You want things to be smooth. You want somebody to lean on. That's like the whole point, man, of having a boyfriend or girlfriend is having somebody to lean on. You don't want to you don't want that person to carry you, but you want to be able to lean on them. And sometimes they can lean on you. That's how it goes. It's give and take. Relationships are give and take, you know. And there's too many people that just take. And sometimes you get two people in a relationship and both of them just want to take. And then they fucking hate each other and then they stay together for a long ass time. And you're like, what? What are you doing? There's so many. I mean, yeah, they're complicated, man. But they're worth it, though. I mean, it is nice. It's nice to have somebody in your corner, have somebody support you and shit like that. There ain't nothing wrong with that, I'm telling you. I recommend it. I mean, I recommend that for a lot of people, man, for the guys in here, have a nice girlfriend, and then for any of the girls in here, have a nice boyfriend. Have somebody who treats you right and makes you happy and can, someone who's not an idiot. Money's a big thing too, bro. You got to be. Money's a huge thing, bro. Especially for the dudes here in the chat, man. Like, dude, you don't want to get with a woman who's gonna take all your money. Spend all your money and then freaking say you got married and get divorced and they want to take all your stuff. Like, dude, you have to be selective. You have to be careful with who you get with, for men and women. It goes both ways. Be selective. Be smart. Don't let your emotions get in the way and get your. They say love is blind, man. You get clouded and you can't see straight. because you have so much emotions. You're not making the right decisions. Wolf said haircut at 500 subs. Like and subscribe. Oh fuck. This guy said, "Bro, do you do MMA?" I used to. I used to a lot, man. That's why I started wrestling. I started wrestling in middle school because I started out with Taekwondo when I was a kid. Then I moved to like Muay Thai, kickboxing, regular boxing. Then I started doing Jiu-Jitsu. And my coach was like, if you want to be a fighter, he's like, you got to join the wrestling team. So I was like, all right. I was like, I'll go wrestle, learn how to fight. So, yeah, I used to do that stuff for a long time, man. This guy said, I gotta take a shit. Thanks for letting us know, bro. I wasted time in a bad relationship. I regret it so much. I mean, you shouldn't necessarily regret it. I mean, it is a part of life, and it's a learning experience. You know what I mean? So there ain't nothing wrong with that. It happens to everybody. If people, like most people, if they've dated, they've probably had a bad date. That's just how it goes. Or if you've had relationships and stuff, you've probably had a bad relationship. Like that's normal. So I wouldn't say you should regret it, but it is what it is. Oh my God, bro. Sorry, I'm catching up here. Uh-oh. Wolf's kicking some people out, bro. We got the trolls. They're out, man. Why are people so mean? Oh my God. I don't know, dude. I did do some research. I've talked about this on here before, like research on some trolls and stuff like why do trolls do that? It was like my first troll. And like this guy was like harassing the fuck out of me. And I got off YouTube Live and I looked up like how to deal with a troll. Like what is the reason behind this? And basically it's like exactly what you'd expect, man. Like they're sadists. If you guys know what a sadist is, it's like somebody who enjoys the pain of other people. So typically they're sadists. Typically they're miserable. I mean, that's what everybody expects. Like when you picture a troll, like, imagine somebody who's freaking miserable and they want to hurt other people to make themselves feel better. Like, that's not a good person. But there's a lot of people out there like that. There's tons of people out there, man, that are not happy with their lives. They want to hurt other people. They want other people to feel the way they feel. And that's exactly why they do that. Like if you guys have ever heard like projecting, people project their problems onto other people. Or when people say like, you're a piece of shit. Like sometimes they're a piece of shit and they want somebody else to feel like that. So they're not alone. Misery loves company. So, yeah, I mean, it's that. Why are people so mean? That's human nature, I guess. I don't know. Why do people fight? Why do, shit, man, it's complicated, dude. Humans are an interesting race of people, man, or an interesting species. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard this too, that like humans are basically like the only animals that like fight for non-survival reasons. Like, we go to war and stuff like that. There's no other animal on the planet that bands together and goes to war. Most animals in the wilderness and stuff like that, they fight to protect themselves or they fight to eat. Humans are like the only species on Earth that actually fight other humans for basically no reason. Sometimes there's territory or stuff like that, but there's no other animal that does what we do. So humans are very complex. They're very complicated. They're weird. That's just human nature. You know what I mean? It's easier to deal with trolls. You got a good chat too. No, I mean, 100%. I mean, I know like like I said, I mean the troll. If I just had if my live was just 100% trolls, like yes, that would be very not fun. That would really not be fun. But I got a bunch of you guys in here and girls that support me and they like to be here and like to talk with each other and stuff like that. So that makes it worth it. You know what I mean? As long as I got enough people in here that are enjoying themselves and engaging and supporting me and supporting each other too. You know, you guys do that as well. Like sometimes somebody has a question or wants to talk about something, you know, you guys get in the chat and you guys will give them advice and tell them what you think they should do and stuff. Like as long as I got people like that, I can handle the trolls. You know what I mean? But yeah, if I just had 100% trolls in my chat, I don't think I'd be able to do it. You know what I mean? Because it would just get too annoying. It would just be overwhelming, you know? Let me see some of your guys' stuff. Sarah said, I love a good chat community. No, it seems like, you know, some of the people in here, like some of the, you know, the guys and girls that come in and watch, because it used to just be all dudes. It was literally all dudes. So now there's like a girl or two. So now I want to make you guys feel included, you know. But yeah, I mean, it was, bro, we've always like talks amongst each other and say what's up when they pop in and shit like that. So it is cool. Because I wasn't familiar with streaming or anything like this, you know, before I started doing it. So I didn't really know that like a community was like a part of YouTube. You know, having like a community of people that watch you, support you, they know each other and stuff like that. Like I didn't know that that was like a thing. So I think it's super cool that you guys get in here and talk with each other. You know, not just talk with me and ask me questions, but you know, pop in and like Wolf and Big Will in here, bro. They're like, hey, what's up, bro? Mixed, same thing. James, bunch of these guys, Zorak, Scott, Devin. You know, when these guys hop in, everybody's saying what's up to each other, ask what they're up to, you know, shit like that. So, no, I think it's cool, man. Very cool, very cool. Mm. Sorry, I'm just going back. I'm just reading. Just reading some stuff, seeing if I missed anything good here. What's this channel for? I mean, like for these YouTube lives, I mean, we're really just hanging out. Nothing crazy. There's no gimmick. There's no. We get in here and hang out, talk about life, talk about anything, you know. Talk about working out, talk about life stuff, talk about money stuff, talk about anything and everything. You know, there's really no one topic set. You know, my channel where I post my YouTube videos is mostly working out stuff. There's some finance stuff, funny videos of me and my friends. You know, just stuff from my life. You know, whatever. Like, so kind of just anything, man. We're hardwired for conflict. Yeah, that's a good way. That's a good way to put it right there. Because we were just talking. Yeah, we were just talking about the kind of why humans are the way they are, why they're mean and stuff, or why they're combative. Like we're hardwired for conflict. Yeah, that's kind of a good way to put it, man. It is. It's a natural human thing. You know, since the beginning of time, conflict. Because I think it might stem from just protection. You know, survival. Being combative is a way to protect yourself, and that's the thing too. Even with like, this goes into not even just physical conflict, but like verbal conflict. Why people still fight so much even nowadays, arguments and stuff like that. Like it is kind of like a survival thing because if you're good at combat, like chances are you would survive. You know, this goes way back in human history and stuff. Like being able to have conflict and win, like is a survival adaptation. And nowadays that things aren't necessarily physical, it turns into like a verbal conflict thing. So I think it is like a human. It's like a human thing. It's almost like a survival thing, you know, because when you disagree with somebody or something, it's like they feel like they're being attacked. So they feel like they need to fight, you know, fight or flight. They'll either ignore you, flight, get away from the danger, or they'll stand there and argue with you and fight with you and stuff because that's kind of what humans do. Sorry, but what are you watching in the background? It's a skateboarding video. I don't know. I just threw something on just to have something in the background, just so it wasn't just a black screen, you know. No wonder it's all dudes. Your moms just be deleting us women. Oh, is Wolf deleting all the chicks? I don't know. I feel like he. I haven't seen all the messages, but I trust the guy. I mean, usually, I mean, he's just kicking out the trolls and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe they're trolling. Maybe they were trolling. I don't know. I didn't see any of the messages. But I don't know. Wolf's a good moderator for me, man. He's done. I appreciate him doing it. Like I said, he doesn't have to do that, but I mean, shit. I don't know. I think he does a good job. Nobody deleted the women. He's catching up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, Wolf's not just gonna kick somebody out for no reason. Typically, there's a reason, bro. Wolf's. I mean, he's a smart dude, bro. Like trust me. If you guys hang out long enough, you'll see he's got some wisdom and shit, man. So like I said, I trust him. He does a good job. This guy said you seem chill, bro. Appreciate it, man. I think I'm a pretty chill guy. This is your great great grandpa. Hey, he passed away before I was born, man. My great great grandpa, my great great grandma, they came on a boat to America back in the late 1800s. Believe it or not. 1,000 subs and you get cornrows. I might do the buzzed head at 1,000. I think I would do that for sure. Cause I buzz my head anyways. Like I just let my hair grow out and then I just buzz it all off. That's what I've been doing for years. I let it go. Like once it gets, I mean, cause this isn't even that long, bro. So I'll let it go and let it get crazy, and then I'll buzz it off, and then I just grow it again, buzz it off. So maybe at the time I get 1,000 subs, maybe my hair will be long enough to where I need to buzz it, and then I can do that for 1,000 subs. Mick said wolf slander will not be tolerated. Yeah, facts, bro. That's what I'm saying. He's got our back. He's got everybody in the community's back. He's got my back. So, hell yeah, man. What's your favorite calisthenics workout at home? I would say, I mean, calisthenics, bro, probably pull ups. Pull ups are by far, I mean, even if I'm weight training or doing calisthenics, weighted pull ups or not, I think pull ups and then dips, I think would probably be my two favorite. Upper body stuff. I don't like doing body squats. I'm not crazy about that, bro. But pull ups and dips are probably my top two. I like push ups okay. I'm not super crazy about push ups. Um, I like dips, man. I like dips and I like pull ups. And I know for abs, man, I like leg raises might be my favorite, bro. Hanging leg raises are good. Or actually, what I really like is if you're at the gym, they have the back supported. You like put your back up on the machine and you like hold the handles and you lift your legs up like that. That might be like my favorite ab exercise. Mm. Where did your grandparents originally come from? They came from a small place outside of Germany. So I think I've done a little bit of research. I don't know how much of this is true because I looked up basically my great grandparents' last name, and it's from a small farming community outside of Germany. That I mean they're basically German, but it wasn't actually in Germany. It was just like right outside of it, and it was just like a fall. It was just like a small farming community basically. So they came here. They were farmers, and they came here and they did very well for themselves and were successful and stuff, and then, and then now I'm here. Your grandparents were Nazis. Well, this would have been in the 1800s, so a little bit before that time, but close, close. I'm German and French. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I know I have some German in me, and then I don't know whatever else. I'm a white guy. I don't know. I got probably a little bit of everything. You know. What's your most controversial opinion? That's a good question, bro. That's a good one right there. I don't know. I like to keep it chill. I like to keep it chill in the lives. I like to keep it light. So I try not to get into that kind of stuff too much. You know what I mean? It creates too much of a divide. And that's not what I'm going for with my YouTube. I don't want people to be divided. I'm not trying to upset people. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm into. That's not what I like to do. So, and also, I mean, just the way I was raised, man, like a lot of your opinions I think are personal, and they're not to be shared with other people. Not everybody needs to know what you think about everything. So, I like to stay pretty private when it comes to stuff like that, man, because it's just, especially now too. I mean, you know how people are with stuff. People get crazy. So I just kind of just stick to my own thing, keep my opinions to myself, and especially on YouTube, man. I want you guys to be comfortable. I don't want anybody fighting. I don't want, like I said, that divide. I don't want that in my YouTube videos, man. I'm on here on my channel. I'm here to help people. Like with my channel, I try to give people tips and advice about different topics and stuff, workout, finance, or even just entertainment, just to laugh. Watch the stupid videos of me and my friends and just laugh. You know, and then my goal in the future, as my YouTube grows and stuff like that, is help people, bro. Help people in any sort of way I can. Like I know when I was a kid watching YouTube videos, there's guys, if I got to meet them, I'd be like, dude, I used to watch all your videos. You helped me get into working out. You helped me, gain confidence. You helped me learn how to fight, or, just something like that. So if my YouTube can do any of those things or more in the future, like that's what I'm going for. So my controversial opinion, I'm going to skip it. I'm going to skip it, brother, man. I appreciate the question. This guy said, my grandparents also came originally from Germany, but more than 100 years ago, and they were not Nazis. Yeah. Like I said, this is the 1800s, man, so it was a little bit before those times. As a Browns person, don't let people get you down for being a white guy. Nothing wrong with white people. Well, I appreciate that, man. No, I don't feel bad. Trust me, I don't. I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy with whoever other people are. Whatever you are, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what other people are, what they do in their private lives and stuff, man. I focus on myself. I focus on my friends, my family, my neighbors, my community, the town I live in. And that's really all I care about, dude. You know, I like, the guys and the girls on my YouTube and stuff. I care about them as well because I would consider them, almost, I mean, I kind of would consider you guys friends, like this is definitely a community of mine. So, I care about you guys. I care about my YouTube community, my local community, but all the other crap, I don't care. You know what I mean? Honestly, I worry about myself, my friends, family. That's pretty much it, dude. God, that's all I worry about, dude. I don't got time. I don't got time or energy to worry about all that other shit. Mick said, "That's awesome you think like that. A lot of people feel the need to shove their opinions on others." Yeah, and that's definitely, I appreciate you saying that, Mix, but that's a huge thing too, is I don't think you should push. I mean, I'm for discussion, and I like to bounce ideas around and stuff like that because that's how you learn. That's exactly how you learn, is to bounce ideas off each other and have, discussions and stuff like that. But there's too many people, man. They just push what they believe on other people, and then if you don't believe me, then you're fucking wrong, and you're fucking this, and it's like, whoa, 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 chill. You know what I mean? Like, other people are allowed to have opinions. That's the whole point. We live in a free country. Is everybody is allowed to think what they want to think. That's, you don't have to like it. That's what I just read in my book, bro. This book called Principles, and or no, I'm sorry. It's not from the book. It's actually this seminar that I was watching. It was like a success seminar I was watching on YouTube. And the guy said, he was like, listen, he's like, you have to learn the laws of life. He's like, you don't have to like them. You have to understand how the world works and how people work and stuff like that. You don't have to like it, but you have to know, because being ignorant on the subject is basically going to get you screwed over. You know what I mean? You have to educate yourself. You have to understand things. You don't have to like them. That's okay. That you don't like. There's a lot of things that I disagree with and I don't, and I don't like, but that's how the world works. That's how things happen. And you got to accept that. There's things that are out of my power, out of my control, and I can't, like what we're talking about, with people's opinions and stuff. I can't go into your brain and change your mind and this and this and that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to like what you agree with, but that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hate you because I don't like what you believe in, or I don't hate you because we disagree. Like, no. I mean, I love you because you're another human being and stuff, and that's cool. That's okay, man. If everybody thought the same and everybody had the same opinions, we would be robots. And life would be super boring if everybody thought the same. You know what I mean? That's like the spice of life, is that everybody's different. Everybody thinks differently. That's what makes it interesting, you know? But yeah, that's my TED Talk right there. Now, you guys are awesome, bro. I appreciate the support and stuff. There are plenty of sensationalist channels out there. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what that means. That's a word I haven't heard before. It's a good word though. I like that word, but I don't know what that means, bro. What's up, brother? Hulk Hogan. What up, man? What up? What up? You be doing kickflips? I haven't done a kickflip. Oh my god, I'm a mile behind. I can do a kickflip. It's been a while, but last time when I was skating a couple years ago, I started skating again this summer. I haven't been in a couple weeks, and I was not able to hit a kickflip. But a couple years ago when I was skating a lot, I could kickflip. So I need to get back on that shit, man. So I can be like these guys in the background. Look at that. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I can't do that. Lexi said subbed. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Mm. I fall into that trap sometimes of being bothered by others' opinions, by the opinions of others. I mean, dude, it's okay to be bothered. Like, I'm not gonna sit here like, there's stuff I don't agree with and I'm not a fan of or whatever. And does sometimes it bother me? Like, yes, but that's normal. That's normal. When somebody has maybe an abrasive opinion or an opinion that's the polar opposite of yours, I mean, that's normal to be bothered, because that's just a reaction. You know what I'm saying? You just can't let it control you. You know what I mean? You can't let it cloud your judgment, and now you don't like the person just because you disagree with them. Like, that's not what you should do. Can you be bothered by it? If it, like I said, if it's the polar opposite of what you believe in, then sure, it probably is going to bother you some. But you just brush it off, you know. Sierra said, I'm growing all types of herbs in my garden now, hoping it goes well. Well, yeah, good luck. I got a garden outside myself. Trust me, when I get some stuff planted out there, I got my chives. My chives survived the whole winter. I was really surprised. They're growing really good now. But yeah, when I get some plants out there and I get stuff going, I'll definitely make some videos about it because I do a garden myself. I like to have fresh food and it's fun. I like to get outside and hang out with the plants and stuff. It's pretty cool, bro. And when they start to grow and they really start to produce fruit and stuff, you're like, holy shit! You're like, I did that. I grew that. And you can go out there and grab fresh stuff and throw it on the pan. You know, like peppers and onions and shit like that, man. Like, no, it's cool. I love gardening, man. It's one of my. It's a hobby. It's definitely one of my hobbies, man. Mahad. I think you've been in here before, right? Mahad, hey man, how are you? I'm doing good. Doing good, doing good. I appreciate, I mean, some of the nice stuff you guys are saying. I'm sorry, I'm skipping some of this stuff here just because I'm trying to get to the bottom, but I appreciate the nice things you guys are saying. You know, it's always good to hear. It's always good to hear. You know what I mean? I thought that was Lil Dicky for a sec. It's the hair. It's the hair and the beard. I know I gotta shave. I think I'm gonna shave this beard off, bro. It's starting to get a little too long for me. Group hug, Jed. Group hug, man. Bring it in. Bring it in, guys. This guy said, "Can you please give me a shout out?" All right. Charlie2412C said, "Can you please give me a shout out? I'm on my road to 50 subs to go live." Well, hey, there's your shout out, man. Hopefully you get some subscribers, bro. So you have to have 50 subscribers to go live. Okay, I didn't know that. But yeah, man, I hope you get 50 subs. I hope you get 50 subs and you go live and hopefully have a successful channel. You know, I don't mind giving you a shout out. You know, not at all. I don't mind at all. Nuevo Mexico. Subscribed and like. Wishing you all the best in your journey. I appreciate that, dude. You know, I trust me. I love the support. I'm glad you guys are here. You know, if I didn't have you guys watching, I wouldn't have nothing to talk about. So no, I appreciate all the support and the positivity and shit like that, man. So I always tell people too, like, don't feel obligated to subscribe. If you want to, go for it. But hell yeah, man, I appreciate that. Not bad, not bad. I've never skated, but I love watching skate videos for some reason. No, they're cool, man. Dude, skate videos are pro because these guys can freaking shred, bro. Like some of these professional skaters, dude, they are so good at skating. Because I skateboarded. I mean, I skateboarded pretty much my whole life because I had older stepbrothers that were into skateboarding, so I used to skate with them all the time. And then I got into it again when I was like 18 or 19. I was skateboarding a lot, and then the last couple years I really haven't. And I started picking it up again this summer, just trying to get my groove back, trying to get my balance back, and see if I can still do some shit. And I'm not bad. Like I can still skate pretty good, but not like I used to, bro. It's a little different. And I also don't want to fall because I'm 27 years old. And if I fall and break my arm skateboarding at 27, I'm going to be embarrassed. I'm going to be salty as fuck. I'm going to be so pissed. If I fall and break my arm, I'm like, oh, I was at the skate park and fucking fell, broke my arm. Yeah. I tried a kickflip once or twice. Everybody's tried, man. Like as a kid, bro, as a kid, there's always like a skateboard in the garage. You know what I mean? Like some sort of board is in the garage, and bro, like you always try it. You know. Just okay. Here's Wolf here. Just channels that usually covers these things like politics and other things, over embellishing and trying to gauge engagement on hot topics. Oh yeah. Okay. Now I see what you're saying now. Yeah. No. That's and dude. That's the thing too. Is like if you because with my YouTube, I'm trying to I want to stay neutral and I want to send out a positive message. I don't want to divide anybody, but I do know like when people go down that path and they pick a side, if you want to say that, if they pick a certain topic, then they stick with it. Now they can't even go against what they say because they're going to lose a bunch of viewership. So that's the thing is like sometimes these people that pick a topic or they pick a side, they stick to that side even when it's blatantly wrong because they can't go back on their word because their subscribers, their whole channel is based off of that side. You know what I mean? And if they go against that side, then they're gonna freaking lose all their audience. So that's the thing is you can't. Some of these guys you can't trust because if they're being endorsed by a certain party or whatever, they say shit, man. They say shit to get people on their side. And when things are wrong, because that's the thing is, if you want to have an intelligent conversation, you have to be able to discuss things that are wrong because there's nothing's perfect. You know what I'm saying? You have to come together and conjugate and come up with new ideas so that we can fix things. But there's some people, man, they can't. They can't say the opposite because they're already stuck with that one thing. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I bet you play guitar. I can't. I can play Brain Stew by Green Day. Because me and my older stepbrothers, we had a band, when we were kids, bro. My older brother Riley, he was the guitarist, and then my brother Drew, he was the drummer, and then I had a bass guitar, the electric bass. And we could play Brain Stew by Green Day. It's literally like three chords. Dan out, dan out, dan out, dan out, dan out, and you just go back and forth like that. But I can't. I can't play a guitar. I mean, if I tried, if I wanted to learn, I definitely could, but I got a buddy, my old roommate, he plays guitar, and he's pretty good. You have a very nice face, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll take that, Compliment here and there doesn't hurt, shit. What's your journey, my man? My journey? It's a complicated question right there, bro. Man, I mean, I know my journey right now, man, is. My journey right now at the moment is help other people. That's a big thing, bro. Like, help other people in any way I can. Help myself. Become a better person. Go after my goals. Live life to the fullest because tomorrow's not promised. And then, your journey constantly changes too. Your journey's not necessarily something set in stone. Things change. Sometimes your focus changes, sometimes your purpose changes, stuff like that. So, right now, my journey, man, is just doing my YouTube thing, working on myself, man, freaking, nothing too complicated, bro. You got to keep life simple, too. You don't want to overcomplicate things. So, am I far behind? Am I? Okay, I'm not super far. Okay, let me catch up here. Let me catch up. Big Will, are you still with us? I don't know. Not sure, man. I don't think I've seen him comment here in a little bit. Maybe he might be going to bed or something. I gave up at 20. Dude, you don't dude, even if you've given up for a time, it's not too late to try again. You know? Cuz that is, bro, sometimes life will do that to you. Sometimes life will make you quit, and you give up for a certain amount of time, but you can't give up forever. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how old you are here. It's Guru Leak. Interesting name. But he said I gave up at 20. Dude, you can still get back up on the horse, man. You know what I mean? It's not over for you. It's not over till you're dead. That's the thing. That's the cool part about life. Until you pass away, you have another chance to try again and try again and try again and try again. So it's okay to, give up for a time being, but you can't give up forever, man. You got to get back up on that horse. You got to keep riding, you know. I'm over 30 and broke my foot because my dog tripped me. That sucks. That sucks. The damn dog was in the way. Yeah, that would suck, bro. But it's not the dog's fault, man, Didn't mean to. It's Just Dan said, you play any games? I used to. I used to play video games. I don't really anymore. My roommate's got a PC and, we play Arc Raiders here and there, bro. But I'm not. I got some in my mustache? Or is that just my fucking hair? No, I mean, I don't really play anymore, bro. I used to. I used to play all the CODs and Halo, Assassin's Creed, Batman, Arkham, the Arkham City games. I used to play those, so I've had my fair share of gaming. Super Smash Bros. On the GameCube. I don't know if you're old enough, if this guy asked that, if he even knows what a GameCube is. Jed used to do gaming live streams. That's what my roommate told me, bro. Cause I'm fucking good at video games. Like, dude, I could not play. Cause I played when I was growing up and stuff. I could not play video games for a year straight, and I can hop on and fucking run shit, bro. Like, I have I swear to God, like if my friends were here, like if some of my friends IRL, if they could tell you, bro, like I am a fucking dog on the sticks, bro. But I'm retired. But no, that's what my new roommate, that's what he told me, bro. He's like, why don't you stream, like, video games? I'm like, nah. I'm like, I don't really play anymore, man. But maybe I could, though, Maybe I could. Sissy, he's trying. By the time he reads one of the discussions, yes, I know. I try to, bro. I try to read as many chats as I can, because it gives us something to talk about. It gives me something to engage with, and I don't want to leave people hanging either. Like if somebody says something good, I don't want to skip it. I don't want to just skip over like I don't care, So I do. I try to read most of what people say, but it does. I get really far behind. That is one of my weaknesses of my YouTube lives is that I'm always behind on the chat. But I'm trying to engage with you guys and stuff. So like right now I just saw another chat pop up, but I'm behind. Let me see here. Let me try to catch up here. Gaming stream would be sick. Give me something to think about, though. Maybe that's something in the future. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I'd have to do some research and stuff and see how to do that. I didn't. because I mean, I could put the camera like on the screen while I'm playing, but I don't know how you set that stuff up. I mean, I'm sure I could find out if I watched some videos and did some research and stuff. I'm sure I could figure it out, but I don't know. I don't know how to do that. But I could always learn. I can always learn. I have a good ability to learn things, so it's one of my gifts, I would say, is that I have a good ability to learn. I like to ask questions. I like to understand things, and especially things I don't understand or don't know about, I like to learn about, because it just makes you more well-rounded. And this is what I've learned is this is something I definitely know is the more you know, the less you know. Because the more you know, you realize that the universe is so big and we are this big. You know what I mean? So there's nobody on the planet that knows everything. Everything the smartest person in the world knows very, very little in the grand scheme of things. So, yeah. But it is cool. I mean, it's fun. It's fun to learn new things. It's cool to challenge yourself. It's good for your brain. It's good for your development. I mean, it's always cool to hear a new perspective or learn something different. Especially something that's outside of your repertoire. Something that's a little bit different, maybe something you're not interested in, but maybe you meet somebody and they love this topic or whatever and they can talk to you about it and teach you and no. So I love to ask questions, you know. And I'm good at learning new things. I've been, in my life, man. I mean, I'm had lots of blessings, you know what I'm saying? I've had, many good things, many good aspects about my life, man, and I've definitely been blessed with a lot of gifts and stuff like that. So I try to use them, try to utilize them, try to freaking, do what I'm supposed to do, you know. You know. Once a dog, always a dog. There's some truth to that. Bro's like 5 minutes behind. He said, "Oh, it's all good." Am I that far behind? How far am I? Okay, I'm not too. Okay, let me get to the bottom. Let me go through here, bro. Mm, uh, okay, sorry. I'm skipping some of your stuff, guys. I'm just trying to catch up here. You'll get to the comments eventually. If you miss something, I'm sure we got no problem repeating ourselves. Okay, that's good to know. That's good. That's good. This guy said, "So you actually didn't read any of my messages?" I did. I've seen your stuff in here, bro. I just can't. Like I said, I can't. I wish, bro. I wish I could talk to everybody. I wish I could answer everybody. You know what I mean? I just can't. This person said, "Why'd you make a channel?" So I know I'm supposed to be catching up to the chats here, but I like that question, man. So I made a channel. I started my channel last year after I turned 26. I think it was like right before I turned 26. I started my channel. So I've had my channel now for just like right over a year. But I started it because I've wanted to make YouTube videos and do YouTube since I was like 14, 13 or 14 maybe. Because I used to watch like a bunch of workout guys and like some of like fitness vlogs and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I was like, these guys are so cool. I'm like, I wish I could do this. Like, this is what I want to do. But I was always too afraid. I was embarrassed, and I cared about what people thought too much. So I never did it because I was afraid I'd get made fun of, or maybe people would think it's stupid or whatever. So I never did it. I never did it until I turned 26. And I'm glad that I started. Even though it took me 12 years to start, I'm glad that I did start it because it's been super cool. It's something I really enjoy. I've always thought it was really cool, and I always thought like it looks like a lot of fun, but I didn't do it just because of what other people thought. which is not what you should be doing. Like, I can tell you that's a mistake that I made when I was younger, was caring what other people thought about what I want to do. So that's that's why I started YouTube. Because when I turned 26, I was like, dude, I don't care what other people think. I ain't got nothing to lose, and this is what I've always wanted to do. So I'm like, why not try? If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out, But at least I tried. That's what I mean. Like, when I grow old, maybe that's like a regret I would have if I never started a YouTube channel. It's like, man, I always thought that was cool. I always wanted to give it a try, but I never did it because I was afraid. And that's exactly how you have regrets. And I don't want to live a life with regrets. I'm a firm believer in living life to the fullest and basically getting the full experience of being a human. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have embarrassment. You're going to have anger. You're going to have, pitfalls. You're going to have success. Like, I want to have those things. Like, I want to feel everything. I want to have success. I want to have failure. I want to have embarrassment. I want to have, fulfillment. I want to feel it all, man. I want to be a human. So that's why I started my YouTube channel, man. Because it's never, better late than never. So that's why I started this channel. That was a good question, bro. I appreciate the question. Okay, I know that I'm definitely way more behind because I was doing that, because I was answering that question. Jed, I want to watch you play Fears to Fathom. Bro, I've seen those videos, bro. Like, I've seen guys playing those videos. They're like the old school kind of video games. Those videos are cool, man. Dude, but I can't play horror games because they scare the fuck out of me. I can't. I get so scared. Like, I was playing Dead Space, and dude, that game freaked me out so bad I turned it off and never played it again. I like horror movies, but not horror games. They fucking scare me. And that's real. Okay, let me catch up. Let me catch up here. How we doing, my brother from another mother? Said, man, it's good to be back on a good channel. Well, hey, dude, what's up with you, man? What's up with you, bro? We're just in here chilling, man. Chilling like a villain, bro. Doing what we always do in here, Alright, how far behind am I? Am I still pretty far behind, chat? I can honestly say games never freak me out. I wish I could say that. I tried playing Resident Evil. See, I could not play that. That would freak me out. I tried playing Resident Evil games alone in my room in the dark. Never again. Yeah. No, I can't. Even, dude, I'll be honest, bro. Even sometimes when I watch scary movies, like, dude, sometimes I close my eyes. Because, like, I'm like, I know something's about to happen. I know something's about to pop out. So I'll fucking close my eyes to this day, bro. Because this shit's freaky, man. Like, I like scary movies. Like, I think there's some good ones out there and stuff. But that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to freak you out. And sometimes they definitely do. Sometimes they definitely freak me out. To this day. But like I said, with like a movie, you can close your eyes and kind of wait for the scary part to happen. But when you're playing a video game, you can't. You can't close your eyes. You're like, I know if I walk down this dark room that something bad is going to happen. And you just have to play the game and you're just like walking around in the dark. Like, no, man, I can't do it. Hills Have Eyes mess me up. Yeah, I've never watched that one. Never watched that. Human Centipede. I never watched that one either, bro. Try Silent Hill 2 remake. It's literally the scariest game out. I'm good, bro. I'll pass. I know my favorite scary movie is Sinister. Have you guys seen that one? That one's good. That is a freaky movie. There's really good acting in it. The storyline's really good. And it is freaky. I'm trying to think, bro. Barbarian. Have you ever seen that one? That one is fucked. That movie was freaking fucked up. but it was a good movie though. But God, Last Shift. If you guys have ever seen Last Shift, I think it was like a Netflix movie. That one was hella freaky. It's like a cop inside, I think, the jail at night or something. Ooh, that's a freaky one. See, watching people play horror games and be scared is what makes good content. Dude, I would be freaking out. Maybe, I mean, that would be a good video, but you guys would literally see me scream, bro. Like, I would fuck it. That would scare the fuck out of me. Mm, uh, Midsommar. That's another weird freaking movie. Do it, Jed. Do it. Oh my god. I can't. That was fucking. I could, bro. Like this. Maybe I could give it a shot, but I remember a couple years ago when I was playing that video game I was telling you, Dead Space. It's not even like the craziest video game ever, but I was sitting there with my two roommates, bro, and I was literally screaming. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then turned the game off, and I was like, I'm not playing that game no more. I was like, I'm done. Dunzo. Red Dead Redemption messed me up. Bro, I like Red Dead 2. Red Dead Redemption 2's, I love that game, bro. That is a fucking cool ass game. But there is some freaky shit in that game for sure, bro. Definitely some freaky deaky stuff. Play Outlast. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Is that another horror game? If it's a horror game, I ain't playing it. I ain't doing it. I'm trying to think, what's another good scary movie? I know, like, I think it was Insidious. That movie freaked me out pretty good, too. I was not a fan. I'm trying to think, bro. Dude, I think what really fucked me up, bro, like, the reason I don't like scary movies so much, this is fucked up. Dude, it was like second grade. I went over to my buddy's house for a Halloween party, and his fucking mom let us watch Saw. And I was like 7, and I was like, I really don't want to watch this movie, guys. They're like, oh no, Jed, come on, let's watch this movie. It's cool. And dude, it scared me so bad. My mom was pissed when I told my mom about it because I was freaked out. I was freaked out for like months, bro. Like I was scared, like scared of the dark. I was scared to open the shower curtain because if you guys have ever seen Saw, you know the little puppet dude. I was afraid to open up the shower curtain because I thought he was going to be in there. I was like 7, bro. Dude, that scared me so bad. So like I didn't watch scary movies all the way up till high school. And then I started watching with my buddies and stuff, and it wasn't as scary because I was older and shit. But even to this day, bro, like they still freak me out. Like it probably stems from that. That's like some childhood trauma I got from watching Saw when I was 7 years old. God, that movie freaked me out, bro. That is nasty too. Like I like because I like horror movies, like if it's a good movie and stuff. But all the gore, I don't like that. I do not like that at all. You know what I mean? When it's too gory and stuff, I'm good. I don't enjoy that stuff. There's aliens in Red Dead. Yeah, I've seen the aliens. When you go into that church or whatever, it's like an abandoned church, and if you come back at night, there's a freaking UFO up there. Played BioShock. It's kind of horror, but it's really great. I've never played that, but I do remember when that was pretty popular. Insidious fucked me up. Yeah. Yeah, there was one scene where they're like in the I don't know, like in the spirit realm or whatever, and this dude pops up out of nowhere, bro, and starts screaming. Freaked me out, bro. Freaked me the fuck out. Paranormal Activity. That movie wasn't scary. I remember when that came out and everybody was like, "This is like the best horror movie ever." Like, it wasn't even freaky, man. I was disappointed. I was disappointed in that one. For me, it's Halloween all year, every day. Wolf said I've watched so many since I was 10. Hats off to you, man. I wish I could. I wish I could have when I was younger, bro. Because people would make fun of me, bro. They're like, "No, Jed doesn't like scary movies." I'm like, I watched Saw in second grade. I'm like that. I'm like that movie didn't freak you guys out. I'm like that movie's freaky as hell. Flag said, "How do I make a good live stream, bro?" I don't know. I don't even know if I'm the right guy to ask. I just started doing these live streams like been about a month. I think about a month. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't. I don't think that I necessarily have bad live streams, but I don't know. I think I can give you my advice. This is just personal advice, but I would say be yourself. Whatever you're gonna do, be yourself. So if you're going on YouTube Live, like you know, don't don't go clout chasing. Don't do something crazy to try to get views. Like I'd say just be yourself, man. Um, build a community. That's something I've learned is build a community. Have some people that like to come and watch your videos and hang out with you and stuff, and be honest. You know, be kind. You know, be yourself. That's pretty much all I got for you. You know what I mean? I think that's solid advice. All right, I'm putting this guy in timeout here. He keeps asking me the same fucking thing over and over, bro. The Conjuring, The Nun, I've seen those. Jay got PTSD from Saw. Yes, I did. I definitely did. 7 is way too young for Saul. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, when I got home and told my mom about it, because I was scared, and I'm like, Mom, they made me watch this movie last night. Dude, my mom was pissed. I wasn't allowed to go back over there until high school. Like, he was a kid, my buddy Elijah. We were friends since first grade, and we were friends all throughout school, all up through high school and stuff. And I was not allowed to go to his house until probably junior or senior year in high school because my mom was like, no, he doesn't have any rules over there. And last time you went, you watched a scary movie. And I was like, no, Mom, please let me stay. And she's like, no. She's like, you can't go back over there because I don't know what's going on. She's like, I don't know what fucking her parent or his mom is gonna let you guys do and stuff like that. She's like, She's like, you're not going over there. I'm like, oh, okay. But she had a good point though, because my buddy Elijah was a fucking troublemaker, bro, and he got in hella trouble. And he had no rules. He had no rules at his house. So they would go and run around and sneak out and like when we were young, bro, we were like kids, bro, and they would go run around at like midnight, and we were like kids. So no, and they watched Saw, and when we were in second grade, that's too young. What kind of a parent lets their kid watch that at 7? That's crazy. Yeah, hell no, man. I appreciate some of the stuff you guys are, bro. I love the support stuff, man. You guys are awesome. Shave your head for $100. Okay. Am I catching up here, or am I super behind? Okay, no, I'm pretty close here. This guy said these aren't scary movies. Scary to me, dude. Scary enough for me. My mom also encouraged me to watch scary movies when I was with her when I was a kid. Some of them traumatized me just a little. Oh yeah, dude, when you're a kid, dude, I'll tell you, bro. I had a freaking, dude. I had like a. It wasn't like a nightmare, dude. This freaked me out. This was like a. This is probably like a week ago or something, and it wasn't a dream because I had woken up. It was like in the morning time. I had woken up and then was kind of like drifting off again into sleep, and I've never had this happen, but I was laying in bed, kind of drifting off, and it sounded like a voice, like a really loud, like voice. I don't know if it was like, I don't know. And it said, "I got you." Like, and it said that really loud and like really aggressive. And dude, I fucking woke up and was like, I'm up. I'm up. I'm not going back to bed. That was so weird. I've never, because obviously I've had like bad dreams and stuff, but I've never had something like that. It sounded like somebody fucking talking to me. God, that freaked me the fuck out. This was like a week or two ago. Ugh. Gave me the heebie-jeebies, man. Damage. What's up, bro? What's good? You're catching up. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here at the bottom, I think. Ew, I got you? What the fuck? Yes. Literally like that. Said, I got you. Like, and I don't know, it was like a voice in the back of my head or something. But I was laying in bed, it was like probably, it's in the morning. It was like 9 a.m., 10 a.m. or something. Woke up, was just kind of laying there, just kind of drifting off. And it was like, I got you, bro. Ooh. I woke up instantly. Was like, I'm up. I'm fucking up, man. I spit on my table here. Yeah, no. Hell no, man. I don't know what that was. Like I said, I've never had that happen to me before. Ew. Damn, it said people say my house is haunted, whispering and shadow men. Dude, I'd be moving. I would be fucking moving. I don't play that shit, man. Ugh. I remember when I was a kid, my grandma's house was like way out in the country, and dude, it was so dark. Like me and my sister, we would be so scared anytime we would stay the night over there. It was so the floors creaked when you walked through the house. Everything was dark. We were out in the middle of nowhere. There's no neighbors. There's no lights. Oh, so we'd always me and my sister we'd be so scared when we were kids going over to grandma's house at night. Ooh. Sleep paralysis? No, because I could move. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like I was awake and I was like rolling around and I was just kind of like drifting off again. Like when you wake up in the morning and you wake up and you just kind of close your eyes and maybe you'll fall asleep for like a couple minutes or something. So like I don't think it was like sleep paralysis because I could move around and it wasn't like I don't know, dude. I don't know. I've never had that happen to me, but it was just so vivid. That's what freaked me out. It was just such a vivid like voice. It was like I got you. Like I don't know, man. It was freaky. Freaky. Damn, it said they don't bother me. You're tougher than me, dude. Tell you that. More brave than I am. We're out in the sticks too. Next neighbor is half a mile apart. Yeah. What the hell? They say our fear of the dark comes from Neanderthal time when we slept in caves and in dark places. I think I've heard that too, bro. Because I think in the dark is like when like dangerous stuff can happen, basically. So you're just kind of you're cautious when it's dark. I think that fear is kind of like more of like a caution kind of thing. You know what I mean? Just to keep you safe. But yeah, no, it's It is interesting. I mean, like some of the things. I mean, human nature is interesting, man. Like, because humans are weird, bro. Humans are weird. Well, there's all kinds of weird things. There's certain things we don't know where it comes from. Like, no, man. It's humans are definitely interesting, bro. Definitely got some weird things. You know. I regularly deal with sleep paralysis, and I've never had an experience like that. What does that mean? What does that mean that happened to me, bro? When we hitting up the barber. I'm letting it go for a while, man. Once it gets too long, I'm just gonna buzz my head. That's what I've done for years. I just buzz my head in the backyard. That's what my dad always did. Buzz my head in the backyard, let it grow, buzz it off, let it grow, buzz it off. I don't mess with the barber anymore, man. I used to. I used to go and get my hair cut and look all fresh, but I don't even care. I really just don't care. You know what I mean? So, and it's free. If I buzz my head, it's free. You go to the barber, man, shit's expensive. I had a buddy, bro, he'd get his hair cut once a week. I'm like, you're fucking throwing money in the trash, dude. I'm like, your haircut looks like shit. I used to have bad cases of sleep paralysis and exploding head syndrome. Ooh. Now that we're talking about this stuff, I hope I don't get any sleep paralysis, man. I've never had it before, knock on wood, but I hope I don't, man. That sounds freaky deaky, man. True, I cut my own hair. Based. Saved a bunch of money. Yeah, same, bro. Like, I was like, dude, because I would go to the barber. Sometimes she'd fuck my hair up anyways. And I'm like, man, fuck this, bro. I'm like, I'm just going to start buzzing my head like my fucking dad. And, yeah, you know. I think it looks good, too. I like the buzz cut, bro. I fuck with the buzz cut. It looks tough. Buzz cut is tough, bro. But then I grow my hair out, bro, and then I look like I don't know, a hippie or something, bro. I look like a fucking hippie skater or something. Then I buzz my head, and then I look all straight edge and shit. So, flip flop between the two. Sometimes I'm a cool hippie skater dude, then sometimes I got a buzz cut, look like I'm fresh out the military. Do you fade it a little? Nah. Bro, I just go same length all around, bro. I don't give a fuck. How much longer are you going to keep it long? Bro, honestly, like I let it grow until I start having like bad hair days. I'll be real with you. Like, cause it like longer than this. I let it grow longer than this. I let it grow out quite a bit, and then it gets like hella curly. But like, dude, when I have like a string of bad hair days where I'm like, bro, my hair looks like shit. It's getting in my face. I gotta cut this. That's when I shave it off. Like I just grow it till I'm tired of it, and then I fucking buzz it off. Same thing with the beard, bro. Like I just grow my beard out, and then when I get tired of it, when it gets too long, and I keep, because when it gets long, bro, I'll just like fucking rub it all the time. So then I'm like, buzz it off. So then I just do the clean shave, or sometimes I do the mustache too. I got a pretty, I think I got a pretty good mustache, so I do rock the mustache sometimes, or the clean shave, or the beard. I just jump between them. You know what I mean? I believe there is some strange shit going on in our world for real, man. I had some dreams so vivid I was shooken for weeks. Yeah, I've had some, dude. I've had some very vivid dreams before, dude. Dude, it freaks you out a little bit, you know. 100%, I feel it, bro. Where are you from? Do you go fishing? So I'm from Ohio, and I do fish sometimes. My buddies are a lot more into it than I am. For me, bro, it's just I like to go here and there, but to do it all the time, it's too boring for me, bro. I like to do stuff. Like I like to be active. I like to do things. Like sitting there fishing all day, I can't. I can do it here and there, but like all summer long, I can't, bro. It's just too boring for me. And I know some people really enjoy it, and it's a place for them to relax and stuff, but my version of relaxation is usually doing something. You know what I mean? Like I'm more relaxed when I'm actually actively doing something, like, you know, if that makes sense. I give my son his haircuts out on the back deck, lol. Yeah, that's what my mom used to do to me when I was a kid. My mom used to buzz me and my dad's hair in the backyard. So, yeah, no, that's where, bro, that's cool, you know? My mom gave me some shitty haircuts though, because sometimes she'd buzz my head, but then sometimes I wouldn't want a buzz cut. And my mom would give me a fucking bowl cut. Like, literally, bowl cut. I'm like, why would you do this? Why would you do this to me? Why not line up the beard nicely? I mean, I got it a little bit lined up, bro. I need to I'm either going to shave it off or I'm going to trim it up. You can see like my neck hair coming in a little bit. But I line it up a little bit, bro. I keep it fresh. I keep it decent, you know. I'm from Kentucky. I go fishing every day. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Oh, Wolf's asking about Kentucky. Wolf's getting ready. He's getting ready to move, man. I think he's gonna jump states. So I think he's trying to probe, get some information, man. See what's a good place to live. Ohio's pretty cool, man. You know, just saying. I'm biased because I live here, but I think it's pretty cool myself. Wait, how do we get on the topic of sleep paralysis? Because I had this like freaky, like kind of dream. It wasn't a dream because I wasn't like dreaming. It was like right when I was drifting off, and it sounded like a voice, and it was like, "I got you," and dude, it fucking freaked me out, man. So I told that, and then now we're talking about sleep paralysis, I guess. Do you know Tony Hawk? Of course, man. Omar said, "Hey, bro, what's up? What's up? What's up?" This guy said, "Dang, you look jacked." Appreciate that, big dog. I try, man. I try. I had the same experience that told me time to wake up. Ooh, that is so weird. Yeah, I did not like that when that happened to me the other night. I got you, bro. Oh my god, that was so weird, man. I was not a fan. Time to wake up. God, that's a freaky one too. I'll sometimes hear someone say my name. Maybe that's the same phenomenon. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. After we get off live here, bro, I'll look it up and see what that means. Because I'm sure there's something. I mean, there has to be some sort of research about that. Because if it's happened to me and then it's happened to two other people in here, so it's definitely happened to more people. And there's probably something in your brain. You know what I mean? Doing something. It's your subconscious or something like that. Yeah, but it is freaky though. Freaky deaky. Usually get those when lack of sleep. I could see that. Jed is an actor. I'm not an actor, man. I'm just a I'm just a dude. I'm just a dude with a camera hanging out with you dudes and dudettes. That was corny, but it's true. I'm just a dude, man. I'm just a dude, man. I had it. I could open my eyes, but I couldn't move my body, but didn't see anything weird. Yeah, that's freaky. That is freaky. North Carolina is beautiful. I love it here. I live in the country. I can't do the city shit. Same here. I'm not a huge fan of the city. I lived in the city before, and I moved because I was like, I don't want to live here. But yeah, no, North Carolina is beautiful. That's definitely a beautiful state. There's a lot of beautiful. Every state in America is beautiful. It has its pockets. You know, obviously some states, as long as you avoid the city, you can pretty much go to any state and it's going to be beautiful out there. You know what I mean? Upstate New York. There's parts of Florida. When you go out west, New Mexico, Texas, Ohio. I mean, even the countryside in California. It's fucking beautiful. Colorado, man. There's all kinds of places, man. That's why Wolf, man, he's trying to do his research, trying to see where he wants to go, because the United States is huge. It's hard to pick where you want to move, man. Like, there's a lot of choices. Someone earlier said hypnotic hallucination, and that sounds accurate. Hypnotic hallucination. I don't like it. I'm just a dude playing another dude disguised as another dude. Bro, Tropic Thunder? God, that movie is hilarious. That movie is funny as fuck. You're a dude, man? I am. I'm just a dude, man, just like you. Dude, man, and dude, women. That's who's in the chat. And me. I'll get auditory hallucinations during paralysis, but never audible words. Ugh. I know, we keep talking about this stuff, man. I'm afraid it's going to happen to me. I'm afraid I'm knocking on my wood desk here so I don't get any bad juju. Just dudes and dudettes. Fuck. Just dudes and dudettes being bros together. Being bros, brother. Facts. Huge facts. I first thought Jed was black because of his hair. Oh shit, bro. Do you get snow in your state? Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Ohio to me is ugly. I don't like the flat states. Upper Ohio is very flat. Hey, there's some people that do like the flatness, man. It's all about what you like. Everybody has their own preferences, and that's okay. You know. Thinking about moving to Guatemala where my girlfriend lives. Live out in the montañas. I worked with quite a few guys who were from Guatemala, man. It's a beautiful country, dude. Dude, because they live out in the mountains, and they were like farmers, and they came here to work. And, bro, they show me videos and pictures of back home, bro. Dude, they literally live in the mountains, like woods and everything. Dude, it's fucking beautiful out there. But there's dangerous parts of Guatemala, for sure. You gotta be careful, man. Anytime you go south of the border, bro, you gotta be careful. There's a bunch of beauty down there, trust me. I mean, Mexico, Guatemala, South America, but just gotta be careful where you go, you know. But it's like that in the United States too. There's places in the U.S. that aren't safe, you know. So that's anywhere in the whole world. You're always gonna have dangerous pockets. There's gonna be beautiful parts, and there's gonna be danger. That's just how it goes. Unfortunately. If some weird shit happens when I sleep tonight, I'm blaming this chat. No, I'm saying because we keep talking about it. So like I feel like in our subconscious brain is going to be thinking about this. So now we're all going to have nightmares because we're in here talking about this shit. So now everybody's having a damn nightmare tonight. Just be ready, guys. It's not about the steak, it's about the sizzle. Okay. You have my type of hair, Jed, and now you're darker than me. I know, dude. I got some. Dude, I'm starting to get pretty damn tan. I got a bunch of sun on Friday. Like I said, I was outside like all day Friday, so I'm starting to get caramelized. I'm starting to get my tan going, bro. But Wolf, you get out there in the sun, you should be darker than me, bro. Our boy Wolf, man, he's got that Brazilian skin. So he's got that olive skin. Especially a gringo, you may be targeted for kidnapping. Yeah, it's possible, bro. Like I said, you got to be careful. I mean, anywhere south of the border, bro. Like, because I know in Guatemala, because I worked with Guatemalans, and they told me, oh, the cartel is there, bro. They are there, 100%. So, yeah, if you're a gringo, stay on high alert, man. Don't let anybody know where you live at. Don't let them know you got any money, man. Because if they hear that shit, you're a target, you know. Spudley said, I don't want to be kidnapped. Yeah, no, it would not be fun. Because they will. I mean, I'm not saying that will happen, but that has happened. They kidnap people and they demand ransom, you know. So yeah, it's anytime you go to a different country like that and you're not familiar. I watched a videos about some YouTuber that went to, it might have been the Philippines or something, and he got married out there, and he was a live streamer, and he was living in the Philippines. He was living in like a dangerous part. I think it was the Philippines. It might have been Indonesia or something like that. And it was like a very dangerous location. And he had like his own shop with his wife, and he would go on live streams all the time, and like so people knew where he was, and he got fucking kidnapped and XYZ after that. You know what I mean? Because he was living in an unfamiliar place and he was a gringo, so they were fucking on his ass. Yeah, it's some story. I watched it on YouTube. Some guy talking about it, you know. Sunhouse said, I will take the nightmares so you guys will be okay. I appreciate it, soldier. You gotta protect us, man. Protect us from these bad dreams. I will come back here and cuss everyone out if I have a nightmare. Just be prepared. Big Will. Big Will. Still in the chat with us, bro. We thought we lost you there for a minute. Spudley said, hey, Jed, have you ever melted wax on your chest, brother? I can't say I have, bro. You a Buckeye fan? I am. Yes, I am. Where's that question going, LOL? At Spudley. Yeah, what was that, man? What kind of a question was that, bro? He said, LOL. He said, just asking. What the fuck? Jed will come back next live talking about some weird ass dreams. Oh, I will. If I have one, I'll let you guys know. Yeah, Jed, let us know if you had any wild dreams after tonight. I know now, dude. This is all we've been talking about for the last like 20 minutes is dreams. So I'm gonna have a dream tonight, man. Like, ugh. Dude, and I have like super vivid dreams too, man. Ever since I was a kid, every time I have a dream, bro, it's so vivid. Because I had a lucid dream one time. I've only done it once. Where like you're in control of your dream, and I was like in my dream, and I was like, holy crap! I was like, I'm in a dream right now. And I remember like standing up on this desk, and I was like, I'm in a dream. And then I closed my eyes, and then I went to like a different location, and I was up in a tree house, and it was this old video game. It's called Turok, and there's like a bunch of dinosaurs and stuff. So I like closed my eyes and opened them, and I was in this tree house in the video game Turok, and I was getting chased around by this dinosaur, and I kept closing my eyes to like change the scenery, and it wasn't working. And that's like all I remember from that dream. But I've had dreams, bro. Like this happens pretty often where I'm in a dream and I like halfway know that I'm in a dream. I don't fully know that I'm dreaming, but there's a part of me that kind of is like almost realizing that it's a dream. But yeah, if I have a crazy one, I'll definitely let you guys know for sure. I'll write it down so I can remember. Remember that Thailand dream you had a few weeks back? That was interesting. Oh yeah, bro. I do remember that. Cuz I got a buddy of mine. He's a professional Muay Thai fighter and lives out in Thailand. And I had this dream that I was at like a YMCA kind of, and I remember there was like some dudes in there that were like smoking meth. And then I remember going into like the gym part of the YMCA, and there was like heavy bags, and there was like guys doing jujitsu and stuff. And then I ran into Jalil. That's my buddy who's a, if you guys can look him up, Jalil Barnes. He's a pro Muay Thai fighter. He's a dog, bro. He can fight, man. That motherfucker can fight. Um, but then I met up with Jalil, and then yeah, and then I ended up like getting married or something, bro. Like it was weird as fuck, bro. And then I remember we were on a train, and there was like a bunch of Americans on this train. Like everybody was like partying and shit. And then I woke up, and I was like, what the hell? This dude said wet dreams are the best. What the fuck, bro? Somebody mentioned lucid dreams earlier. Lucid dreams can help with nightmares and when you feel sleep paralysis coming on. Hmm. Yeah, but lucid dreaming's like, I mean, I know they say that you can kind of like practice, you know what I mean? Like get better at it or whatever. And then sometimes it's just by chance. Are you black? I am black, if you can't tell. Uh, this dude's just spamming. Put him in timeout. Oh shit. I had a dream a monster truck drove into my house, and when I opened the door, it was Michael Jackson was driving. Interesting. Interesting. Oh my god. Do you think you have a third eye, Jed? Sees beyond the physical. I mean, I've heard of like the third eye, is like kind of the, I don't know, like the more of like the spiritual eye and stuff like that. I mean, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't say that. Like I'm not like a mystic or anything like that. But I'm pretty good at, I don't know, sensing things. I feel like I can feel like bad energy. Like I don't know. But that could be that could just be a social thing. You know what I mean? Like if I'm good at reading social interactions and stuff, and I'm like, something ain't sitting right with me with that dude or that girl. You know what I mean? I'm like, something is fucking off. And some of my buddies be like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know, bro. I'm like, that just fucking does not sitting right with me. I don't know, man. I think everybody kind of has that ability. Like I think because I think there's things that go beyond the physical realm. We're spiritual beings having a human existence or a human experience. So I think there definitely is something to that. And we're made of energy too. Like our spirits or souls or whatever you want to call it is energy. So there is something to that. There definitely is something out there just beyond what we can touch and what we can see. I 100% believe in that. Bro, and I believe, I know some of you guys in here know, like, I mean, I believe in God and I believe in the devil. I fucking definitely believe in the devil. I believe in ghosts. I believe in demons and spirits. Like, I think all that shit's real, 100%, man. I think there's definitely things beyond our comprehension, 100%. Whether that's spiritual, whether that's, I don't know, aliens, something, there's definitely stuff out there that humans don't understand. Do you have any tattoos? I don't. I don't have any tattoos. Who's skateboarding on the TV in the back? I don't know. Best of 2023, Cater Silla? YouTube? I don't know. Nigel Houston. He's on there. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I just put it up here just to have something on in the background. Sleep talker, not walker. Man, I got one of my buddies, bro. I know this isn't like about dreams or anything, but he grinds his teeth when he sleeps, bro. Dude, it freaked us out so bad one night. We got back home from drinking, and he like passed out on the couch, and he was in there sleeping. And he's like, bro, he was grinding his teeth so bad. It sounded like he was gonna chip one of his teeth, and we literally woke him up. We're like, Ben, are you all right? And he's like, what? Like, what the? We're like, dude, you're grinding your teeth. Like, it sounds like you're gonna fucking chip a tooth, dude. I've never really heard anybody grind their teeth, but dude, it was so bad. I mean, he was literally like, like grinding his teeth so bad. That was that was weird. You know what I mean? I know that was kind of off topic, but yeah, that was weird. Happy said you're cool, bro. I subscribed. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, bro. I know. I don't know. There's people in here asking me if I'm single, bro. Dude, they're probably all dudes. Literally, bro. Like that's that's what I would assume. Like a bunch of bots or like a bunch of dudes like, "Oh, are you single? Oh, you're a cutie." Ugh. I'm like, "Come on, man." I hope there is an afterlife. Me too, man. I hope so too. Or it could be, this is, bro, I heard this one time. Dude, this kind of, like, I guess kind of freaked me out, but so the guy, he was explaining, like, after you die, and I hope this is not the case, but he said after you die, he said you go into a state of non existence. And you're like, okay, what does that mean? And he's like, essentially, it would be what you were before you were born. Does that make sense? You go into a state of non existence. So just like before you were born, you were non existing. There was nothing before you were born. And this guy was like, after you die, that's what happens. You just go into. And I was like, ugh. I was like, I hope that's not true. I'm like, that is freaky, man. Like, you just. A state of non existence. Just like before you were born. There was just nothing before you were born. So I'm like, God, I hope there's an afterlife. Because that's pretty bleak. If that's all we have to look forward to is a state of non-existence, that's pretty bleak, man. He's in Ohio. I am in Ohio. Or maybe I'm in Texas. Maybe I'm in Florida. Jed is Cambodian, not Australian. I thought Jed was African. I am. Can't you guys tell? Are you a real person or AI? Maybe I'm AI. Grinding his teeth. OMFG, it was terrible. It was, dude. It's not good for your teeth. I mean you're literally grinding your teeth. That causes issues and stuff. And then I've heard too, I don't know if this is true, but sometimes when people grind teeth, it's a way of your body trying to pull calcium. You're not getting enough calcium, so your body is trying to pull calcium from your teeth, and that's kind of weird that your body's able to do that in your sleep. It doesn't have enough calcium, so it starts grinding your teeth together to try to get some calcium. Like I said, the body's capable of amazing things, man. This guy said, "Why be born at all?" I mean, dude, life's pretty enjoyable, man. I mean, life's got its ups and downs and stuff, and that's what makes it fun. You know, I mean, living a life is definitely better than a state of non-existence. I would take this over a state of non-existence any day. But I think too, like if when you die and stuff, like it could just be eternal rest. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing because it's just like when you go to sleep, you don't know that you're asleep. It's kind of, I mean, it's kind of hard to think about. You know what I mean? And especially because most people don't want to die. But you shouldn't like, I don't know, you shouldn't necessarily fear it because that's the thing. That's the thing that's guaranteed to everybody on the earth. Everybody's going to pass away one day. We all have that in common. That's something that nobody can escape. So, I mean, if you can come to terms with it and just understand that, like, I think that's definitely a better way to live. Because I know I had a near-death experience. I got in a really bad car wreck when I was 17, and I shouldn't have survived, man. I shouldn't even be here, dude. I don't know what it was, man, but it just wasn't my time to go. Because I was in the wreck, not wearing my seatbelt, and I should have got flown out the freaking windshield, man. So that definitely changed my perspective about life at 17 years old, bro. It definitely opened my eyes and was like, what the hell am I doing? You know what I mean? Because I was like, I'm alive. I was like, I don't know why. I was like, but I am. So I need to find my purpose and I need to fulfill that purpose, man, because for some reason it wasn't my time to go. This guy said execute Order 66. Little Star Wars, fuck, what am I thinking? That's from Star Wars. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. He's definitely African, I can tell. Oh my god, bro. Some of these comments, bro, are so goofy. Fasting does the body great. I agree. I think fasting is good for you, man. Because I think it's a natural, humans, long time ago when we were hunter gatherers and stuff, you might go a day or two without food. So I think it's good. I mean, it does. It gives your body to rebuild. It gives it time to rebuild. Because if you eat food all the time, your body is constantly digesting stuff, and it doesn't have extra energy to fix other things. So if you can, fast and go without food for a time, whatever time period you're going for, it gives your body time to focus on other things versus just digestion. So no, I mean I fast here and there, man. Trust me, I think it's good for you. You're like a Snapple bottle of all these damn facts tonight. I know. I don't know. I like I said. I said this on here too, man. I love knowledge, bro. I love to learn new things, especially little facts and stuff like that, bro. Like if I can learn about anything, I'm interested, bro. So yeah, this is just stuff I've heard over the years. Sometimes I don't know what's true. Sometimes it's what I've heard. I don't know that it's true, but I do relay that message that hey, I heard this, and then I talk about it. Am I far behind? How far? Okay, I'm not super far behind. Let me catch up here. I'm gonna catch up and then I'm gonna get off here because it's late. It's freaking really late. I did not realize what time it was. So let me get through here to the bottom here, guys. Sorry, I gotta skip some of these, but I wish I could, dude. I wish I could read all these and respond to everybody. Trust me, but I just can't. I can't read them all. I try to read as much as I can. You know what I mean? Okay. Let me get through here. I'm going to get to the bottom of the chat. Do you believe God saved you at 17? I do. I do believe that. Yeah, because I don't know. I don't know what else it would be, man. Because it was literally when we got pulled out of the car, the paramedics they said we can't believe we're not pulling bodies out of the car right now. Because I wasn't wearing my freaking seatbelt, and I hit my head on the windshield. The girl who was sitting in front of me, I broke her seat, and like she was like folded in half, and that slowed me down enough to not get shot through the windshield. So I mean, bro, I mean it was like I said, like if you've ever had a near death experience, dude, and I mean I don't know what else, dude. I'm sorry if that offends anybody, you know what I'm saying, but I believe in God, and I believe He saved my life, dude, because I don't know what else it could be. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just such a freaky thing, and it just opened my eyes, dude. Like it was just like, what am I doing here? What? How am I living? What are some of the like? I don't know. It's hard to describe. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's ever had a near death experience, you know what I'm saying. Because it's just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like life is just so fragile. You could be here one day and then a minute later, just something happened, and you're gone. Like and like we talked about here, like the state of non-existence, man. Like because I got knocked unconscious when I got in that car wreck, and like I don't remember anything. Like I remember right before the car wreck, I remember waking up, and it was like tunnel vision, bro. Like literally, because I just got knocked unconscious, so I'm like, ugh, like I could just see through just a tunnel. But no, I just don't know what else it could be. There's maybe an argument that it was just chance, but that's not what I want to believe in. I want to believe that it was God that saved me. I don't want to just say that it was chance. Is that possible? Maybe. But that's not what I want to think saved me, was just chance. You know what I mean? I want to think that it was something bigger than that. So, sorry if that offends if anybody or, whatever your beliefs may be and stuff, but that's just how I feel. That's me, man. I know, like I said on here, I don't want to talk about super controversial stuff, man, but I don't necessarily mind sharing that. You know what I mean? Sorry guys, I'm skipping some of I wish I could read all these, man. You know what I mean? Cuz I know some of you guys are saying some good stuff in here. Okay. Am I at the bottom here? You guys are all telling me good night. Well, good night too for you guys, man. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's all. I'm at the bottom of the chat, so that's a win. But no, I appreciate all you guys watching and hanging out with me tonight. Freaking have a good night. Have a good week here. Hopefully nobody has any bad dreams tonight, because I know that's what we were talking about earlier. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, and good night. Peace. That's all I got.